we're just about to get ourselves a first blood. Skeeter caught out and run down by CHIMERA. As Dahak will pick up the first blood to start this game. Should be an exciting one. We're getting some pretty fun, fresh carry picks coming in at the end of this draft. And we'll see what they are able to pull off. Looking at some of the facets, what we are getting
the new Vizirizi facet.
We are.
You have to pronounce it for me, Owen.
I should have looked this up, but I think it's Sepulchre.
That's the. I'm a bit confused because they just picked Naga Siren, which is illusion-based hero. When this facet was first introduced to the game, it was used to counter Phantom Lancer, and now the AoE is even bigger, so it works against the illusions as well. So you're going to be stealing attack speed from those illusions. You're going to be moving at the max movement speed, so that's a bit of a surprising one. And we did see Marcy plus Visage being very strong lane. We saw it yesterday where they got completely done. They were unable to play the game. They were playing against Vetboom team, and it looked pretty dominant. TA2000 was going jungle at level 2 pretty much.
Yeah, we'll see in terms of the top lane. 1J this game going for the Fleeting Fury facet, so the one where you jump in, you got that flurry of punches. What do you think determines when you're a support whether you go for this one or for that rebound to be able to drag your allies in and out?
Well, maybe in this one he wants to have slightly more damage compared to, because that facet has been mostly taken when you are playing with Darkseer, something that synergizes as well, so you like throw people in with the double Ion Shell, and then you're getting that extra damage. This time around, we've been theory crafting a little bit, so Fleeting Fury, we said it yesterday on panel that some position 4s are going to go slightly greedy. I did mention Baboka. This is a better overall for scaling. The other one can also be used as a saving tool and also to, bring people into the fight or drag people out of the fight. But yeah, I think this one could be very interesting because you're playing against Tide. Sometimes you might be lacking some damage, and also you have Magnus on your team. So you're never going to run out of scaling in terms of scaling from your position 4.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see if everyone's going to be all right here with the reconnects. Everyone... Well, nearly got everyone back in. Just waiting for Snaking to rejoin. Hopefully the lags are gone. And indeed, talking about the Magnus, because that's the thing as well, right? Especially if you are playing like a position 4, it's going to be much more likely that you do get empowered because the Magnus, he never needs to empower himself with this wonderful new facet, Eternal Empowerment.
Some interesting things going on in the chat. The Hawk writes something in Cyrillic, and Krit is like, no Russian speakers, sorry, he's on vacation right now. Because they don't have Malrine in the team.
Well, Amar's typed something back, though.
He wrote his own name. I believe that's something and Amar.
It might indeed just mean I am Amar. Yes.
Could be.
Here we go. Back in. And let's see how this one goes down in the lanes. And Lorinov, we saw yesterday, right? He had but one rough game on the Storm and then 2 incredible games on the Storm Spirit. What's sort of the outlook looking like for a Storm in this game? Is this is sort of the plateau for Lorinov to pop off again in this game?
Yeah, he definitely can. Yep. He also did show that he can play Storm Spirit into Puck matchup multiple times. He's really not afraid of it. There's some good amount of control. It's mostly roots from Ember Spirit, Naga Siren, and Crystal Maiden. There is Lasso. There's going to be Leash Mechanic coming out from Tidehunter once he picks up the Shard. So lower cooldown abilities that can keep him in place, and there is no real save for him in this game. So we saw the itemization from him. If he feels like he needs to be the front line, if he needs to be the one going in, he's going to opt to go for an earlier BKB, some Yasha into a Yasha, I mean Kaya into a BKB. It's still early in the morning, Owen.
It is. We're waking up here. We're waking up here. And it's a slow start for some of the heroes on the map right now. Skeeter, only 2 last hits Lacoste. Make that 3. And maybe make that 4 if he's got this one. He does. But Force, yes, it's a slow start in the safe lane for Falcons.
Yeah, this is a super strong lane. They definitely need to be more careful. Good thing about Naga Siren with her innate ability, Eel Skin. Evasion has been buffed from 6 to 8%, so she's sitting at, right now, let's see, that's quite a lot of evasion coming out for Naga Siren. It only works on the illusions, so she doesn't buff it herself, so with having those 3 extra illusions around you, 24% evasion, not too bad.
I'm going to be able to punish 1J this time round. So, 1J was doing his best to try and trade on the front lines, but they can have kill potential. Snaking with that setup. Now, mid lane continues to be a very even match. 18 for 2 and 17 for 1. Another little bit of a pause. Uh-oh, a little bit more lags.
Thought we fixed that one.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. They're just going to tank the lags for now. Hopefully they'll pass.
Amar said go because I checked what was happening in the bottom lane. He was about to last hit the flag bearer creep. And he's like, yeah, I can't miss this one. Just on pause.
Did he get it?
He did get it, yeah.
Amar. And Crit still struggling to really put much pressure onto the Magnus. Shockwave's up now. They're going to look towards Amar. And in fact, well, Amar and Crit turn a bit towards Panto, but Panto's got the heals going. Panto drops the blood grenade down onto Crit. Crit's going to tick out. They'll be able to take him out. Shockwave's back up.
They're not done.
They're looking towards Amar.
Amar activates the new old ability. Kraken Shell doubles the value.
I mean, Panto still, like, nearly kills him. I mean, Amar's left in a pretty sad state here. No HP and no regen. Is he going to get some being brought in by Crit? He's got a few tangos and does have a salve out towards him, so we'll be able to refuel and get back to the lane. But heavy harassment coming out from Chimera's duo.
Yeah, good start for them. And I was looking... Oh, the Hawk getting initiated on. Marcy's in.
And 1J's going to try his best to help out. Maybe they can bring down Snaking. Snaking, who will fall. But only after the kill was already found in favor of Falcons as they take down Dahak. And Skeeter continues to recover after a slow first few waves.
A little surprised that the Hawk doesn't have Magic Stick at all, because he got the first blood. He's going into Vlad's as his first item. We saw that being a popular build on Visage nowadays. Tank up. Have that extra bit of a lifesteal, gives you Roshan threat, synergizes nicely with the birds. But they managed to stabilize the top lane. Visage had a great start, and now look at where Skeeter is, sitting at 17 CS. Also, this is a new build on Visage. You do put more points in Grave Chill because of the facet, say the name.
Sepulchre.
There we go. Instead of going for Soul Assumption, the Death Toll facet that has been kind of imbalanced for quite some time until we nerfed it. Everybody was playing it. Going for that first blood, getting the extra gold, up to 210 or 240 gold, if I remember correctly.
On bottom, gonna get the skewer back on Amar, but it's pretty beefy with these two braces. Not really able to kill him off quite at the moment, unless they are able to get him underneath the tower, but Amar being careful with his positioning. See around the mid, Loronoff's backed up, wants to get that sort of safe, journey towards the level 6 secured in the jungle, rather than leaving himself open to the abilities of being ganked in that mid lane. He's very close to having the 6 now. But same to be said, of course, for Sumail. Already hit the 6 here on the Ember Spirit, and able to get that little bit more out of the lane, as opposed to Loronoff, with Loronoff having to back up to the jungle for a little bit.
And you can see something that Loronoff did buy in the mid lane, a Ring of Protection, knowing that he's playing into Ember Spirit, who's going to buy Orb of Blight, which is the old Blightstone, so people don't get confused. So that -2 armor is not going to do much, and most of the damage early on from Ember is going to be physical.
And 1J, he's able to steal the Illusion Rune, but he's almost certainly going to pay with his life here. Skeeter also swings across from the top lane, and is actually the one to end up picking up the last hit on that kill. Takes down 1J.
We saw that more and more, that carries are kind of making a move 6 minutes in and trying to go make something happen, because you know that there's going to be more heroes, and nice read, manages to TP out.
Yeah, it's rather low, but the Lotus is available, and he's got 1 charges, so Skeeter should be able to still remain out on the map. On top, they're going to see Snaking. But, Snaking's also going to try and turn. Has Skeeter, but the two of them are being careful how they go for this. A little wary of how close Dahak might have been, and the fact that 1J is off the map right now. So Falcons won't try and push for any sort of aggressive kill. Sumail continues to get the relax in the mid lane. I mean, we can see on the net worth already just over 1,000 gold difference between what Sumail and Loronoff have managed to be able to get out of this laning stage.
There really isn't much control for this Ember Spirit, and he's off to a really good start. He is going for Most likely 4-4-0 build, so not gonna put points in the Flame Guard. He's also playing into Enchantress and wants to max out his chains. Double Observer Ward next to each other. Sumail,
They get the opening jump.
he's fine.
Yeah, they can't quite lock him down. No points in the Vortex yet on Lorinov, so didn't have that follow-up. Same time down bottom, the dive's coming in looking for TA2000, but TP backup, it is there for Chimera. So Falcons also just having to hold back from this effort, trying for a kill. TA2000 will remain safe and able to keep that farm going. Second highest on the net worth, only just behind Sumail. It's been an easy start for him in this safe lane. Amar also getting farm out of this though. He's hit the 6. Has a point at the ready if Ravage is required. Mid lane, they find 1J running around. Sumail grabs the amplified damage rune.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They're not
attack.
done yet. They want to find something in the bottom part of the map. TA2000 needs to be careful. As you said, Amar has a skill point available for Ravage. And they're drawing on a minimap 1J. He's like, yeah, they're definitely going to try to backstab. There is tower available. And Snaking is pinging it out. He wants to be able to get it. Amar right now doesn't take any damage from the towers pretty much. He does have sustain from Morbid Mask. Kraken Shell has been nerfed. It only works for 50% against the creeps, but overall it has been buffed because you can double the value by activating it. Negative thing is that you're slowing yourself down, but still, in a lot of situations, and look at the damage that they have. Most of the damage is going to be physical.
Under attack.
Same time as this pressure is going onto the tier 1 bottom. We'll see Chimera try and look for the trade top to Huck. He's got the 6, he's got the Familiars ready to push in. So should be able to get the trade hit. Chimera, no signs of wanting to defend this bottom tier 1. Top lane Amar, he's TP'd in, wants to try and hold on to the tower. It's pretty tanky, it's buying time for the rest of the TPs to come through. There we go, zip forward Amar, he's able to get the Ravage off, does end up dying, but the Ravage sets up onto Lorinov. They'll catch him as well with the ensnare follow-up,
Multiple
sleight of
routes.
chains. They keep Lorinov held in position. Amar dies, but he's able to defend the tower and step them up to take out Storm.
TA2000, he's ready for RP.
He's going to get back in there. The RP comes
Sumail
out.
dodged.
Is there much follow-up? There's a rebound jumping over to Crit and Skeeter. And Skeeter's able to get the song off. I mean, they're going to want to try and finish TA2000 off. He's so incredibly low.
One
Sumail-
slight and he's dead.
He's got chains back up as well. The ensnare's there, out on towards TA2000. The chains catches onto 1J. Falcons clean up the fight. They hold the defense again, just off the back of Amar coming in, holding his ground, getting the Ravage off. Sure, he dies, but he absolutely did his job there on the hold.
Absolutely. He also set things up. Lorinov needs to be careful. We talked about these roots that are going to come out, which are on low cooldown. Frostbite is level 3, Steering Chains also 3 points in it, and just 1 point in Ensnare should be enough. So, needs definitely be careful, needs also to get an earlier BKB in this game. We talked about his itemization. He turned that Ring of Protection into Soul Ring, which is going to give him some extra mana, of course. But yeah, I think Kayap into a BKB has to be the item of his choice, because Witchblade is a bit of more of an expensive side, and I don't think you can get away with it. You can still go back to it once you finish your BKB, but definitely need it, considering with all the stuff that they have. An interesting build on the Hawk. I'm looking at his items, and he wants to go straight into assault. This man is onto something with his itemization. Straight into AC after finishing off Lads.
All right, it sort of reminds me of Tom. I think there was a period where when we had like the mid Visages a year or so ago, where you would actually go for the AC rush, even before the Vlads.
Dire's top
But indeed, bringing back the prioritization of getting that AC early in the build here, Dahak. Of course, going to be very beneficial for the team around him. All of the heroes pretty much loving the extra attack speed.
Yeah, and quite a lot of minus armor on their side. There is Orb of Corrosion, Ember Spirit with the Slight, Riptide, Gush. So they want to be able to tank up. TA2000 continues to farm up in the bottom part of the map. Mask of Madness done.
There we go. Onto the tower mid. They get the slow onto Sumail, but hard for them to get any follow-up catch on towards him. Amar's coming in with the TP, so Chimera have to be cautious if they want to stick around for this push now that the threat of the Ravage is there. Zip forward, get the regen rune.
We've seen it yesterday, Owen, multiple times. When he picks up regen rune, what he's able to do with it. it's a lot of the times this feels like it's the best rune. Amplified damage in most of the situation is, but sometimes region rune because it doesn't get cancelled anymore.
Yeah, it can be pretty insane. They are the absolute dream for a Storm Spirit.
Radiant's middle
That's Falcons.
tower is under attack.
They're pushing on the tier 1 on the mid.
Radiant are scanning.
Doesn't look like they have any interest in fighting now, Chimera. We'll see what TH2000 goes for after Mask of Madness. I mean, yeah, it's got the Ogre Club. Like, what is the carry build nowadays, do you think?
I think you still need Echo Saber.
Yeah, on top of the Mask?
Yeah, you also need kind of a Blink Dagger in this game because your offlaner is not a Blink Initiator. Storm is going to do the job, but overall, it does feel like you still need to go for it. And eventually, I think you still need to pick up something like the Silver Edge, because you need the break mechanic to be able to kill the Tide. Right now, Amar, he's farming good amount in the triangle. They made some stack for him. Vlad's finished, going into phase boots next.
A relatively peaceful, even start between the squads. 5-7, just 1k gold lead for Falcons right now. Definitely expect to see it kick up around the 15 minutes. Both teams with those big team fight ultimates ready to go for the Tormentor contest. Looking at the next big pickups, what are we getting now for some males? Just going to look for the S and Y on top of the Mage Slayer. Continue to increase his chance of surviving by that little bit of safety against the RP. Lead him with the chains on Panto. Just teasing around though, doesn't have any further backup. Seeing what sort of reactions they can force out from Chimera.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Magnus getting closer to his Echo Saber, but fighting into enemy Tormentor is going to be a bit tricky for Chimera. You're fighting into Song, so they can try to set things up. With the Tidehunter, we saw Amar dying in the previous fight, but still getting a really good Ravage onto multiple heroes, and they're going to kill another tower. Something that Ember Spirit kind of lacks is tower damage on his team, and they still managed to kill 2 towers 14 minutes into the game. That definitely feels really good for him.
Yeah, it's good timing. Falcons definitely with that slight bit of a hold on the game right now. Feels like they can get a little bit more done around the map, whereas Chimera just need that little bit more time before they're able to match this sort of pace that Falcons are coming at them with. Smell in particular, of course, leading the charge. 4-0-1.
A tool to teach.
See if they get the chance for TH2000. They did catch him under that Observer ward. They know he's around. And Snake King does have freezing field, so they can hold him in position. They should have the chance for the damage. Here it comes, but the RP actually, I was surprised they hit the range there to clip Snake King. He must have been on the maximum range of that RP's area. Gets clipped by it. TH2000.
Oh, that Arcane Rune.
Yeah, the Fire Remnants off the mark there from Samael. He doesn't actually get the connection, and TH2000's actually able to get away.
He is tanky, sitting at 2,000 HP. Uses RP, however, and this is the first time, I think, ever since the patch drop that 15 minutes in, nobody wants to go for the Tormentor. None of the teams are like, yeah, this is so important that we need to take it immediately. They are giving the respect to what other teams can bring, especially from Chimera. I think that Falcons maybe could have taken it. They definitely have more than enough damage with Vlad's. Amar is still in that area, but you can see 1J. He's drawing on a minimap. He's been kind of silent this game, sitting at only 12 CS, having 4 deaths to his name.
Yeah, he's just going to continue to quietly farm up that BKB on top of the phase. Falcons around Amar will now be able to get that Tormentor. Shard goes the way of Snaking.
He wanted to buy Shard. Look at his quick buy.
Oh, he did?
Sitting at 1,100 gold.
There we go.
So that's going to be even more problems for Storm Spirit before he gets the BKB. Yasha, I keep saying Yasha. Kaya has been completed on Storm Spirit.
They're ready to keep running at them, Falcons. They've got the Ravage, of course, at the ready. They can try and force these tier 2s. They've even got Skeeter in the neighborhood as well now. Not afraid to join the fight. Very close to having the Manta done on the Naga Siren.
Tower is under attack.
See what they do in reaction to this Chimera. TH2000 Looks like he doesn't want to mess around with them. We'll have RP back up in 10 seconds. Build-wise, he's going to go for the BKB after the Echo, so it's still going to take this sort of initiation of them walking in to find RP setups, or indeed just Lorinov being able to hold someone in position long enough with the Vortex. But of course, at the moment, it's only level 1 Vortex, so kind of hard to follow up on.
Yeah,
so,
right now, for CHIMERA, it does seem they want to dodge the fights until they get the BKBs, until AC is online for Visage, which he's getting relatively close to, needs another 1,500 gold to finish it. Problem is 1J is not having any kind of farm. Like, enemy position 5 almost doubled your net worth. They did kill the Tormentor.
They're going to try and make the jump onto Dahak. Sumail's in on top of him. Snakey's got the Frostbite. They surround him. And they should be able to slowly take him down. And at the same time, Skeeter's looking for the setup at the back of the song. Has the ensnare follow-up onto Lorinov. They're going to jump forward, close in with the change. The damage from the freezing field, they'll get him. And 1J is able to kill off Crit in return, but now 1J could be in trouble. He's going to actually jump back in. He's going to go aggressive over towards Skeeter. They've got the rest of the team following up now. TH2000 in with the skewer. RP only onto Snaking. Doesn't catch onto Sumail, but it is enough to bring Snaking down. Sumail, change onto the two of them. Amar's got the Ravage. There it is. Has the follow-up. Is the damage going to be quite there? Panto's going to go for the TP out. TH2000's not going to be quite as fortunate, as it's a bloody battle, but one that Falcons do come out on top of, with once again Sumail getting the cleanup, courtesy of Amar coming in to join forces with him. Sumail now 7-0-2.
This fight looked like they're not going to even try to take the fight, but 1J decides to go in. They still managed to get some kills out of it, but still paying the price. I don't think this is worth it for them. They have a big problem on their side, and it's called Sumail. This guy is about to finish off his SNY, so we'll have status resistance as well. And you can see that Lorinov can't really do much. If he zips in aggressively, he's straight up going to die. Because of all these routes, it's very hard for him to play the game right.
I'll see what they want to go for next now. It's getting tougher and tougher for CHIMERA. TH2000 really needs to just get that BKB done before the next time he's forced to join up to the team fight. And ideally, Dahak can find the money to get that AC finished. They're going to smoke up with the two of them, Panto and Dahak. But they've got to find someone alone. And it kind of has to be someone that's not Amar. Amar at this point, very hard to take down with a Glimmer on top of the Vlads.
Very difficult to kill.
Yeah.
He also has Glimmer Cape, the one that you mentioned, then he also has Shard, so that's going to be another problem for Storm Spirit. Even Magnus pre-BKB or when he's done with his BKBs. So CHIMERA, what they need to do is they need to land some like 2-3 man RPs, kill those targets off immediately.
That's taking. He's just going to go for the kill attempt here with a freezing field, and he's going to get it. Well, okay, no, Mark's going to get it. He turns up, takes the kill himself, and he's also got the dead in the water to stop Panto TPing out. As Amar gets himself some kills on the board now. Was running around 0, 1, and 2. And all these kills have been taken away from him. He'd had enough time to get some of those last hits himself. But the lasso onto TH2000. I mean, he's got to use the RP in an attempt to try and survive this. He'll bring down Crit, but again, this is TH2000, the carry, dying in situations where he's still unable to farm up that BKB Lacoste. It keeps getting put on hold.
Oof. At least he got something from it, but can't disassemble his Echo Saber, and we can see that the CHIMERA members are not too happy about what's happening on the map right now. The map is getting smaller. Those BKBs are definitely needed. Lorinov needs another 1,000 gold, and Amar, after seeing that he's going for AC on Visage, immediately queues up AC of his own. He's like, yeah, I want to be able to match it.
Well, Panto was able to slide into the Shrine of Wisdom just in time to actually get that pickup himself. Now with the back of a 1J, they're trying for Amar. They do have the dust.
Oh, no, Lorinov, not again.
They've got the lockdown upon him. The Ravage to follow up. Lorinov's dead again. And now Sumail's considering if he can maybe chase him for more. They jump forward, dead in the water, on towards Dahak. The Sleight of Fist comes in. TH2000 hasn't got the RP. The song's going to be there. This is going to buy time for Sumail. Slight chains to come back off cooldown, as he can look to pretty much hit all 4 of them here with the next Sleight of Fist. There it is. Catches Dahak. Dahak's gone. Amar, they're trying to kill the Tide. He's going to be able to walk this off. The Glimmer's back up. Amar gets away. TH2000 surrounded under the tier 2. They're going to get team wiped here, CHIMERA, and Falcons, they lose nothing.
Man, the way they reset, they don't have that big wombo combo because they already used Ravage, but they reset, and as you said, resetting Sleight of Fist and Searing Chains.
Yeah,
how much
nice
damage was that from Sumail? It's not even that high, because the heroes are dying so quickly.
They
Not even
die too
3,000
quickly.
damage.
Yeah.
Surprised that they decided to take that fight pre-BKBs. I'm
Sure.
gonna see it again. Just the decision making is really not there. They feel like they need to take these fights, but they have no BKBs, so they're just getting kited by these small, low cooldown spells.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like, what, kind of 3 times, maybe even back-to-back, that TH2000's found himself in the action where he's been a few hundred gold away from this Ogre Club to get the BKB, but keeps getting dragged into the action, and is hurting him big time.
He can have it. He can disassemble it and have his BKB. He
true,
doesn't
if he
need to
wanted
have
to.
Echo Saber.
Might have made a difference in some of these fights, actually, if he'd had that BKB a little sooner. But he'll have it. Should have it before the next fight. Couple of creep camps here. Should get the job done. Gets the stack here as well. And this stack will give him the BKB, so next time round might have a bit of a better fighting chance. Bottom lane, 1J. Caught out here by Falcons as they continue to rotate across the map. 20-9, 13k lead. Falcons in full control of this game 1.
Such a good Ember Spirit game to start with. He's involved in 17 out of 20 kills. He's all over the place, going into Shiva's Guard next. That's going to provide him some extra armor. And finally, they have BKB on Lorinov. But he needs to get a big kill. By big kill, I mean he needs to kill either Crystal Maiden or he needs to kill Batrider when he zips in with a BKB. Because I don't think this Ember Spirit is going to die. 2,000 HP, magic resistance, Flame Guard on. I don't know if I said status resistance, but yeah, they're going to be very difficult to kill. They're going to smoke. Double BKBs online.
Can they find anything, though?
Is under attack.
Seems kind of difficult, and Falcons seem kind of prepared. They're grouped up themselves, and they've got all of the ultimates as well ready to respond with. The Chimera not going to find anything with that initial smoke attempt to make a play with the BKBs. Panto in the mid lane. Might be a bit of a bait, but can he actually survive through this? The Dead in the Water leash is down upon him. Another sleight of fist from Samel isn't enough to kill him, so Panto will manage to walk away.
Samel can pretty much do whatever he wants in the fights. He goes in, he can test it out, see where everybody is. This Orb of Corrosion seems to be one of the strongest items in the patch because it gives you 8 agility now, and it also slows the movement speed based on the type of the hero that they are. So it's very effective against most of the cores because it is range Storm Spirit, it is range Visage as well, Enchantress, reducing the healing, getting that extra slow, extra bit of a minus armor. Falcons, they're gonna smoke up. Uh-oh. The A2000.
It's going to get back in time. Maybe seeing if they can get the catch onto Lorinov. I mean, Samel's backed up for this. Might force the BKB. See how Lorinov's able to play this. Should be fine with the zip TP. Nothing to close the gap that much.
I'm looking at the next set of items that Chimera can buy. TH2000, he is going for the Blink Dagger that we did mention earlier. Definitely needs to set things up. But this is another round of items. Right now, Storm is sitting at 1,000 gold. 1J, he has only Ogre Axe at this point. So in terms of scaling, they still need a little bit more time.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy for Chimera. I mean, we did see, obviously, the series yesterday did kind of have this vibe where game 1, it was a rough one for Chimera. And in game 2 and 3, they started to pull off quite the show.
Oh, look at this play. This is a nice play.
Yeah.
They're still getting something out of the map, Falcons. With the Bloodthorn, they're going to go for Roche. But they want to get some kind of a trade, and 1J is going to be getting it. Good upgrade on Marcy. Increases that damage, and you can use rebound on enemies. We're picking out tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Not gonna be the easiest thing to do. What is Amara up to? Yeah, he actually finished off AC of his own. He's super tanky, sitting at almost 30 armor.
Radiant's top tower is under
See how much they
attack.
want to push it to the high ground. With this Aegis, they're going to be feeling pretty invincible, I think. And Chimera is definitely going to have to head back to try and deal with the pressure. And Falcons should be ready to just go high ground here with the Naga Star and Skeeter ready to push. What do Chimera do about this? Fortifications out.
So quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, no sign
Naga
of backing
started
yet.
with the illusions, Lads plus AC. Amar is just being an aura right now, sitting behind Skeeter, who's sieging the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is
Smail's gonna TP back.
Radiant's
Somebody's got to do something about this. And Skeeter taking the barracks. The Crypt, he's able to get the jump in onto Panto. That's Panto gone. Somebody else is going to have to come back if they want to push them out of here.
Yeah, somebody else has to come in, try to defend, die, because that seems to be the losing formula. It's very difficult. You're fighting into Aegis. There's tier 2 tower available in the mid lane. They can push that one out, but you can definitely feel that they don't have enough. The A2000 did pick up his Blink Dagger, so he needs to land at least 3-man RP for them to be able to get back into this game. Skewer back into tier 4 towers, otherwise I don't see them winning a fight.
It's going to have to be some crazy moves to turn this one around. This is proving to be quite the rough opening to the day here for Chimera.
middle tower is under
Falcons
attack.
making this one look pretty smooth and easy. It's tier 2 in the mid lane. It's going to be claimed. Chimera just got to try and hold back and put everything into that high ground defense.
They basically have one fight. If they lose that one fight, there's BKBs go off cooldown, go on cooldown, Magnus uses RP,
Radiant's
the game is pretty much over because they can easily reset. They have more than enough sustain. Skeeter's about to finish off his heart, which is going to make him super tanky. Still holding that Aegis, 2.5 minutes.
Do they want to fight around the tier 2? They are starting to step outside of the base, Chimera. They'll get the jump onto Skeeter. We'll be able to get the skewer back. I'll kill him off the once.
That's one life.
Can they go for a second time? They'll try. Oh!
That
okay.
missed.
It was early on the RP,
Doesn't
but
matter.
it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter that the RP was a little whiffed. Now they're going to try and push up for more. The Ravage comes off, but not before they killed him off. So they get the 2 kills, but they do lose tier 2000 to the lasso drag back of Crit. Familiar stuns holding back Snaking and Samael, but the frostbite onto Dahak. It's causing him issues. Samael jumps in, gets the double. Now going to turn over towards Panto. Trying to slide away with the Hurricane Pike, but Samael closes in with the chains. It's going to be another one there for Samael. Triple kill. The fight still goes Falcons' way. Chimera, they get 2 big kills.
They
get
do?
the Skeeter, they get the Tide.
Well, imagine if they had that RP on a target
something
when
else.
for something else that it really mattered, but
Yeah. Because,
they just killed Skeeter twice, pretty much.
They did. But yeah, as you say, like the RP evidently was not needed because it was missed and they still get the kill. So maybe could have been used elsewhere to have a better shot at turning things around in that fight. Because as it stands, Falcons, they still come out on top. They're still the ones pushing in. Chimera, they're going to have to try another defense.
And you see power of Falcons lineup. Low cooldown abilities when BKBs are down.
are under attack.
Ears are not moving. Chains into Frostbite, into another Frostbite from her shard. That's going to be another set of barracks. They're going to glyph in the end. The Hawk has birds available.
All right, let's see if they can get
Skeeter's
some
coming
drag
in.
back. Stuns onto Samael.
30 seconds until RP's back online.
They have got Skewer if they want to try and make a Skewer play. So Samael's already gone. Damage is done. Second set of racks is taken.
They're going to try to reset. 50 seconds until Ravage is off cooldown. 3 minutes until potential roast spawn. Let's see if they decide to go with Ravage or if they want to farm it up a little bit more. Because Chimera, you can still see that they have the damage. They have damage available to be able to kill the heroes. Skeeter's super tanky. He does have that evasion from his innate ability when standing close to other Naga Sirens. And also sitting at 3000 HP, but still, they are able to kill him. Kill him even twice.
Let's see what Falcon's next move's going to be. Do you think they just actually wait for the next Aegis? Is there any rush for Falcons in a game like this?
I mean, in terms of scaling, lineup from Chimera scales really well. If we're talking about some like 50-minute, if they manage to survive long enough. But yeah, this has been the issue. They focus down one hero, completely isolate him, and it's very difficult to just sustain yourself. Enchantress usually is the one who is kind of scaling from position 5, but this time around he got shut down completely. We might see some slow siege coming out from the illusions as well. Ravages online. I assume Falcons, they don't want to give them another 5-10 minutes potentially, so they will try to go for the high ground.
1J, he's been found. Can't BKB TP with the fact that Crit's ready for him. So has to accept his death. Does have buyback though. So they want what they want to try here on the defense. At the least it's a defense against a team that doesn't have Aegis. At TA2000, he's got to get some crazy RP off.
He did get the crazy RP off in the previous fight, getting his 0 people. Yeah. Let's see. You're back onto Tide.
Gonna try and burst through Amar. Amar, put the Ghost Scepter. Buys in time. There's the RP onto Amar, but it's immediately cracked his shield off. And now with the song, it's kind of getting a bit awkward. TA2000, he's completely surrounded. Ravage is up. He's dead. The Ravage connects onto 1J as well. They look towards Panto. Panto will be able to push Amar back with a Hurricane Pike. But Amar, the Glimmer Cape's up. He gets out of there. Lorenov's dead. It's just over. Oh, a rough one from Chimera, that one. There were some moments that weren't very pretty there, Lacoste.
Yeah, most definitely. Yep. Also, this decision-making, let's try to go on a Tide Hunter. Who's the tankiest guy?
That Ember kind of looked good on Sumail. Let's see how it looks on me. He's going to grab that in with the first pick. Might actually see some early action off the back of this wraparound from Falcons down bottom. Panto should be okay. She starts to back off just in time. And yeah, overall, we're going to see Falcons do what we're starting to see some teams do, right, where they get like this Tide.
Yep.
They run it in the safe lane for the carry with Skeeter. And, you know, Amar is going to get to play that Dawn, which can, of course, become an additional, if not maybe even the primary carry on the off lane still.
I think Amar is, because he tried to theory craft a bit of a new build with the Dawnbreaker back in the previous patch with Bloodstone, so bigger AoE. You take that level 20 talent as well, Octarine Core to lower the cooldown. But this time around, Aghanim Scepter is definitely out, so you're going to be building more for yourself. Blade Mail, SNY, Satanic, this type of a build, maybe throw in casual Glimmer Cape, but he did go for Solar Charge, which is the old facet on Dawnbreaker. She has 2 new facets, Star Surge and Trailblazer, one giving you extra movement speed, and the other one giving you extra attack speed. So he opted to go more of a kind of a Amar style where he's focusing on himself. I think attack speed could come in pretty clutch when you're playing with Muerta.
And with the Monkey King, right?
Yeah, as well. It's more lane-oriented rather than game-oriented because you're getting that extra bit of attack speed when you're sitting inside. 1J needs to be careful. This lane is going to be very, very difficult. A lot of slows. They also pick Crystal Maiden one more time, so they will have Frostbite, which is going to keep Darkseer in. And I think Panel had a really good point about picking up that early shard on a Tide Hunter.
Rip! He's just dead! Alright, first blood for Panto.
It won't be the last.
There's going to be a lot of harassment in this bottom lane. You're playing against Mirana. She has one of the best attack ranges in the game, other than Sniper, one of the best harassment tools. 630 attack speed. Now also with the Starstorm facet. It's called Starstruck, pretty cool name. Does allow you to win those trades. It's 60% miss chance, and it's also double damage from your second Starstorm. Very hard to trade against this hero.
And also, you know, considering this lane, TA2000 on this Prophet again, that they've been getting win after win on, really. What do you think it is about Chimera's playstyle that kind of fits this carry nature's Prophet so well?
Gives them a little bit of a global presence. If they are the ones putting in pressure, we saw how aggressive they can play, but it's also a stall hero. A lot of times you would see them lose some of the early game. 1J, he still wants to bounce them back. It's a very dangerous move. Has a Tango up and running, snaking. Does not want to chase him.
And then this mid lane matchup, and so far, seeing the outcome that Falcons would have definitely hoped for when they picked this Monkey King for Sumail. 11-5 against the 6-2.
As expected, this is Monkey King favorite matchup, but also have in mind that with the recent changes to Jingu, this matchup is not as good because you want to lifesteal off of the creeps when you're battling each other. Also, I want to see a gank coming to the mid lane. I want to see Clockwork. I want to see, because this is a hero that he doesn't like. You can also bring in Nature's Prophet with the TP. Setup with Mirana is pretty easy against the Monkey King as well. So they have a kill combo, and he's definitely going to need some kind of a help in the mid lane because he's playing in a relatively bad matchup. And as you can already see, 17-5 against 6-2.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy for Lorinov. We have seen him make good recoveries off the back of bad lanes, but on Ember, definitely not one of the easier heroes for him to make that sort of comeback on. So it's going to be a very slow start for him.
And also one thing to point out is the build-up, because in this matchup you would build into Orb of Venom, or Old Orb of Venom did slow you down more because you were melee wearer. And now you're playing against melee heroes, so you're slowing him for less, because Orb of Frost works on the type of the hero that he's slowing. So if it's a range hero, it will slow for more. If it's melee, it's going to slow for less. You can already see in the mid lane that he didn't get that extra bit of a lifesteal from the creep wave once he used the Boundless.
Yeah, gone are those days where, at least in the early levels, you kind of Boundless and creep wave in your full HP. Nice little dead shot there from Crit. It's going to stop Lorinov. Okay, yeah, Lorinov tried to go for the water and pick up the slight. Still doesn't get it. Crit able to deny it. Panto's going to jump forward, look for the
that
kill.
first one missed.
Yeah, didn't get the full
He
connection.
also was fine. Crit had Healing Lotus available, so we'll save it for later.
Lorinov will be able to scramble the water rune at the top. That's still not a fun start for the game for him. Side lanes, at the moment, both carries having a pretty good time. 18-11 on TO2000. Up top, Skeeter, 8-19 and 6. So getting equal amounts out of this bottom lane. Amar, he's got the salve at the ready. Still has to be careful. Seen a few times now where they're getting some pretty heavy hits in onto Amar.
Amar knows the perfect timing. In the previous game, like, his salve just got delivered in the bottom lane right when he was sitting at 10% HP. Same thing happened in Tide in game number 1. Just knows the matchups really well, how much damage he's going to be taking. 1J. This time around, having a much better game. In the previous game, he was already sitting at like 3 deaths. I want to see some relatively earlier move to try to help out Lorinov, because right now, he's really, really struggling.
Yeah, only so much you can do to really mess with Skeeter and Snaking. Getting the kill seems pretty impossible on this top lane for now. Even with these level 2 iron shells, Skeeter's able to survive through any efforts. And it's a difficult duo to dive if you're Chimera. Lane.
Nice dead shot.
They're in onto TH2000. And he is not going to be getting out of this one. Starbreaker comes in from Amar. Able to pick himself up the kill. Well needed as well. He wasn't getting a huge amount of CS down here at the moment. Amar, top lane, they go in for Skeeter. They will get him. Cost 1J's life. So Panto, with that movement, of course, leaves TH2000 vulnerable on the top. Does allow them to get the kill on the enemy carry up on the top lane.
Turnaround potential for Falcons in this lane is pretty good, because you have Kraken that you can use, which doubles the block, and also that Crystal Nova with Glacial Guard gives you that extra bit of a protection, so that's really nice. So you can try to bait a little bit with it, pop a magic stick. Scan does connect, so they know exactly where Lorinov is. Sumail now even holding amplify damage. Can't really get close.
Yeah, Lorinov's got to be careful. It's going to be yes, a continued just slow beginning to this game for the Ember Spirit. At a full level advantage here now for Sumail off the back of the matchup. Of course, in terms of the gold, quite the lead as well. Already 1,400 gold ahead of the Ember. Sumail getting everything out of this laning stage that he could hope for.
It's a battle for every creep.
Yep.
Once you see that gold, you're like, oh yeah, I just got it. It feels really good.
Still, though, as you say, no sign of any sort of help coming in to try and trip Sumail up in this laning stage. He's getting complete freedom in the mid. And Chimera, they seem more set on trying to pressure Skeeter up top.
they better make that move quickly, because
Yeah.
Amar is getting solo XP in the bottom lane. After this creep wave, he should be level 6, so Solar Guardian will be available.
In the mid. Somehow he's got a lot of backup as well. Snaking and Crit will head over to join him. Is the game at a point where both Amar and Skeeter can be just left alone in these side lanes. Both relatively hard to take down, even if Chimera do make a move. So Falcons in a much more relaxed state here. Off the back of their laning phase, we see all three at the top. It's all Falcons' cause. For now, at least. They'll get the catch on the Snake. James into the arrow. Samel, he's going to get pushed back out at the Wukong straight away, actually, by the Cogs. Samel did try and set up for this. He's going to get the backup of Mark coming in with the Solar Guardian. They'll kill off 1J. They'll look towards Lorinov. The Remnant's there to take him away. Amar pulls himself in with the hammer. It's fully kind of low. The vacuum's there onto the both of them. Sprout to control him, but the Ravage is up. They turn, they take out Lorinov. Amar's still alive. He's on the run. Panto will be able to jump over, pick up the double on the way across. So Panto fixing the fight here for Chimera. Another connection. All right, Panto with the cleanup.
Whew, that was level 4 Marana, leaping in, getting the double kill. He also did zone out Monkey King in the fight. He kind of focused him down, but also needed to go back a little bit. So not too bad of a fight. Team Falcons, they are known to bring in some extra members early on, and you can see this Dawnbreaker. Starstorm from the high ground throws in a blood grenade. The rest of the team is fighting a completely different battle.
Yeah, you're right. It's just Panto, just sort of bullying both Samel and Crit. And at this point, sure, it's nice to get the Ravage onto Lorinov, get the kill, but Panto, he's not done yet. Jumps across, kills the two of them, and ready to turn and chase down Crit. You know, Panto making sure that at the end of the day, that trade, Chimera, they come out on top.
And he's level 6 already, so has Moonlight Shadow available. That's basically a free smoke for your team. 1 2.5 minute cooldown. Lorinov making the first move, has Iron Shell available.
They're looking to go on top as well. Skeeter. He's going to knock out Ravage, of course. Now, Lorinov looks like he's going to head down towards the bottom lane. Looks to help out TA2000. Comes in with the chains, holds back Amar. TA2000, he will still tick out. They make sure that they get Amar.
Panto, can he clean up?
If you can.
He's a little bit low on mana, though, so doesn't have the full combo with the leap.
Let's see if he's going to
Arrow
try
and the
for it.
Starstorm did pick up Healing Lotuses. It's very important. Like before this innate ability, Selemene's Faithful was a bit of a meme. It got increased from 20% down to up to 50. So you're getting extra 50 regen from Healing Lotuses.
On top of that, 1J's getting gone on. But Dahak, he's here just in time with the Surge to take 1J out of this. And Crit's going to turn towards Dahak. Dahak will get the wall down. Vacuum as well onto Crit. Solar Guardian back up from Amar coming in to help out Crit and Skeeter. They'll clean up Dahak. And now 1J, he's got to run.
Another dead shot available.
They'll be able to drag him back towards them. They should get 1J. They will. So the four of them able to make sure they get both the kills. Lorinov going to see if he can get some cleanup. The Sleight of Fist, enough to pick up Snaking. So Lorinov making sure that Chimera come out with something from that play. But overall, it is Dahak going down alongside his fellow support.
The Hawk is super tanky. He does have Vanguard available. He's going to go for the mech as his next item. We've seen quite a lot of Darkseers nowadays rushing Vanguard and then also upgrading it to Heaven's Halberd, because this is the build-up nowadays, and it feels really good most of the time. It is dispellable, but still you're playing against Monkey King. This arms always comes in handy against him. TA2000 has been farming in this bottom part of the map for quite some time now, going into Maelstrom. Has that global presence if necessary to match what Dawn wants to do.
And they're trying to set up onto the mid here. Look at the Lorinov to get the Boundless Strike into the Wukongs. They try and get the follow-up silence there from Crit on the Muerta, but it doesn't quite connect with Lorinov. So Lorinov is out at this. Turns with another Sleight of Fist. In fact, he's going to jump in with the Remnant. Not enough to finish Snaking, so
close.
Snaking will survive. But at the end of all, that is Lorinov living. After Falcons do try and use a couple of ultimates there, the Wukongs and the Freezing Field, to get a big kill. They only get the support kill. Lorinov, he lives.
Second Blood Grenade on Snaking is what made the difference there, having that extra 50 HP.
Playing for the 12-minute power rune. They're thinking about trying something on Samel. They get the hook shot in. He's into the cogs. Lorinov's ready to close the gap. Samel will turn with the Boundless jump forward from Panto. Comes in with a burst of the Starstorm. They'll be able to bring down the Monkey King.
Dawnbreaker ulti was not ready. He needed extra 5 seconds. And using that, global presence coming in. Arrow did miss, as you said, but still managing to get the kill. They're never going to lack damage. This type of lineup from CHIMERA, they're very ready to fight at early stages. Double Ion Shell on your Clockwork and yourself or Ember Spirit is definitely going to be enough. The one who's struggling the most, of course, is going to be Lorinov. Arrow does connect.
They're going in for this. Crit's watching from the side. TP's coming in as well. They have the stance into the fear. Blood grenade as well thrown down, but the leap is up. Doesn't matter. The tower hits come in. Panto will die. Lorinov able to drag the creep wave away, and this did require Falcons to turn up to the mid with the 4 heroes. Still having to kind of answer in the numbers whilst CHIMERA relatively split up across the map, keeping the farm going. Spot it. Looking for Lorinov. He's got a remnant up in a second, so should be able to dance away from these two, no problem. Same time, Falcons. They do have Ravage at the ready to maybe make a play top.
Radiant are scanning.
Towards 1J and Dahak. Dahak's already going to be well out of there. 1J might be the one to get caught. Snaking TP's over. They should be able to punish the clock once again. They find 1J.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Still, CHIMERA, they're getting really good farm out of the map, considering the start that they had, especially on Ember Spirit. Your Ember Spirit has the same amount of farm as Mirana. And can we look at the neutral items one more time? Level 1 neutral item, Trusty Shovel. This item has been imbalanced for a really long time. Just such a strong item because it gives you extra regen. It allows, especially after the recent changes where you always dig water rune so you can fill your allies' bottle easily, and also providing like creating gold out of nothing. So that's gonna be good.
I mean, with this sort of start, you know, when you look at the two lineups, do you think is it a concern for one of these drafts more than the other that they aren't further ahead at this point? Or are both teams fine at this stage?
I think they're pretty happy with what's going on in the game right now. Falcons, they have a slightly better overall team fight. He is tanky boy. Let's see how tanky he is. Pops the mech.
I mean, Panther jumps in. They just get ravaged straight up. And they committed into that. That was a dangerous fight to jump forward into the potential of the Ravage in the freezing field. And that'll be the two of them dead.
This is also a fight where Amar didn't even need to come with Dawn ulti. He's level 10, has Blade Mail available. Seems like he's going into Pipe as his next item. Wants to be able to tank up.
Lauren, all top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Skeeter was looking to try and get on top of TA2000. That won't spend any more time trying to mess with him. I mean, we'll see if he commits for this. Is this necessary? I mean, he's having a tough start. Does he need to go the Midas on the Ember Spirit?
He has one queued up.
Yeah. Is it that rough of a start that this is the only way for him?
He might push it up. It really depends what's going to happen in the next fight. If he loses the fight, I think he sticks with Hand of Midas. If he wins the fight, he can definitely swap things around. This is the kind of only team that loves to build Hand of Midas. We saw the Hawk yesterday 3 times on Enigma. This is the big kill.
Yeah, they'll find him off. Big catch to get.
are scanning.
It is a difficult matchup for Dawnbreaker to play into Clockwork. You don't get to use your abilities.
Oh, they might find Crit as well. Looks like they didn't quite catch vision of him. Well, they do now, though. Oh, hook shot off the mark. And TPs are coming in. Cogs to push back Skeeter. Multiple TPs now. It's getting a bit risky for CHIMERA. How they want to take this as Falcons have turned up.
I really love that Tidehunter picked up Shard at exactly 15 minutes. Just got the gold. Panto, gonna die one more time.
Yeah, it just took them a little too long there to try and hunt for Crit. And spells not quite connecting there from CHIMERA. They pay the price.
Tormentor is available. 30 seconds until Ravage is back online, but I still feel they can try to force it because team fight that they have on side of CHIMERA is pretty much wall. That's about it. They need to have this chip damage, resetting multiple times.
But they want to try
coming in.
They want to try and interrupt this. They're going to move forward, but Dire will
Tormentor killed him.
Pretty low, though. So who's going to fall off the back of this? Chains out on both Crit and Skeeter. Crit's gone. And Skeeter, they can now focus towards him. They've got the Sprout and put the Ravage. It's a 5-man Ravage into the 3-man Solar Guardian. Amar comes in clutch.
Oh, what a beauty.
They've got to run, surely, Chimera. They're still thinking about trying to finish Skeeter off. If they got enough damage to bring down the Tide, they do. The buyback comes in from Lorinov. With that, he's able to get the double kill.
He needs to get something out of this now.
He's got to be careful. They're chasing him with the hammer. The Starbreaker hits come in. He's dead again. A dieback from Lorinov in his efforts there to commit for the Tormentor fight. Dahak also caught, tries to TP out. The Boundless comes in from Samael. They really try to force that fight there. It does not go well for them whatsoever, Chimera. Falcons hitting some easy ultimates, a 5-man Ravage into like a 3-man Solar Guardian. At that point, it was over. Lorinov felt it wasn't, with that buyback, I think he
It wasn't enough. They didn't feed enough kills, so he's going to come back. He has, oh man, he was close to that Hand of Midas. Now his game looks completely over. Crit has overtook him. He does have that shard that he got from Tormentor, so that's going to be extra 1,400 gold for him. But yeah, you see power of Tidehunter. He did use Dead in the Water in the previous fight, and also Lifesteal Anchor Smash onto 3 of them, has extra bit of magic resistance from a Cold Bracelet, and did pop Kraken Shells. So basically, he was not taking the damage. Dies in the end. Fights are going to be very difficult for Chimera right now, because what Amar just built into, Pipe of Insight, 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this is going to
be rough fights. Damage now is definitely going to be lacking.
Chimera's on the hunt. Doesn't look like they're going to catch anyone, and even if they do, it would just be Skeeter. And that's not an appealing hero to jump.
Skeeter basically playing off lane from the safe lane. Not opting, at least not for now. He's not going for Radiance, knowing that Dawnbreaker can carry the game, and also it's going to be Monkey who's going to be dealing most of the physical damage.
This could be risky for Chimera. Samael's watching from the trees. If the Boundless setup drops down the Wukongs, they didn't get the follow-up connection though with Dead in the Water, so that's Wukong's put to waste. Lorinov's able to escape. It's 2-1 mid. Willful. Able to claim the tower. Still, there's 6k lead for Falcons. Falcons, they've got the ults up, Ravage at the ready. Blink Dagger out on Skeeter. So they're ready to hunt for kills.
Whoever they catch is pretty much straight up dead. Dead in the water. Shard should be enough. Snaking has shard of his own. This time around, he needed to purchase it himself. Amar is way too tanky.
Yeah, they're going to find him. See if they can kill him before the rest of the team comes on. I mean, he's made it to get the Blade Mail and the Pipe, but he doesn't even get to half HP. Skeeter's ready to keep him covered with the Ravage. Amar's perfectly fine. 1J, he'll slowly go down. They'll lose their TA2000 profit. Dahak's caught in the corner. They didn't even get close to killing Amar.
He also has Brawny, so extra 175, extra bit of regen. And the damage that they have on Chimera is damage over time. You need your battery, you need a couple of slides, also Ion Shell. It's not instant damage, so you always have time to react. And we're going to see it one more time.
Yeah.
At this point, the fight was already over. Sure, he gets cliffed, but what's the trade-off? 3 kills to get one guy cliffed?
A tough one here for Chimera. They had a rough game 1, and this game 2 is not looking to be any better. I mean, as you can see from the builds, you know, Lorinov's felt the need to go for this Midas first to try and recover as the Ember Spirit. Not something you'll see every day.
I'm sure people in the pub see this on a regular basis.
This guy, I mean, I've seen it myself. But at this level, definitely not the position you want to be in as the Ember. It's going to take some time for Chimera to be able to get themselves in a spot where they'll have a chance at fighting back against Falcons. And Falcons, they don't need to hold back. They don't need to run the risk of giving them that time. It's coming up to a 10k lead. Samael, of course, once again having a fantastic game. Only died the once this time round. 3-1-11.
The A2000 steals enemy XP rune. That's something.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Anything they can get to this point.
Stupid. Brave.
It's gonna feel nice. Roshan next on the menu for Falcons. Oh man, Lorinov, he still needs so much time to recover.
He
This
does.
is basically Orb of Corrosion, Phase Boost, 20 minutes in. This Hand of Midas needs another 10 minutes to kick in.
It really does. And where does he go with the Midas build? Like, what is going to be the item that he's going to try and scramble towards?
That's a good question. Usually you see Mage Slayer. This time around there isn't that much magic damage. There is some. It also gives you tankiness. It's really nice with your Flame Guard as well. But I don't know if he wants to get that. He might want to go for a bigger item. SNY, BKB. It feels like he needs so many items. They're building into some blade mails from what I'm seeing. Darkseer's going for one. Clockwork also wants to build into one.
Okay.
Still far away from it.
And Falcons in the pit. Getting the free Roche. Chimera just trying to maximize what they can find out on the map whilst they get a bit of breathing room. At the least need some of these BKBs, TH2000s in particular, before he can feel that he can have some sort of impact in the fight. As it's been the last few times, getting clipped by the Ravage of Skeeter.
Pretty similar to what was happening in Game 1. They just missed their timings, and now they need to recover. They need the BKBs. And Lorinov finally queues up his item, what he wants to go for. It's going to be Shiva's Guard, some extra armor. Relatively cheap components, other than, of course, Shiva's Guard recipe. Because most of the damage on their side is magical, so I guess he wants to amplify that a little bit more. And full SNY now on Dawnbreaker. They had problems killing him in the previous fight. Now with status resistance and that extra HP, they're definitely gonna struggle. Can they get this one? Just kidding. Hook shot into Cogs into Tumbler's toy play.
Yeah, and he's just scared of trying to stick around and try and threaten him. And this is why, because there's backup. Samael's here. 1J dead once more.
Into ward reveal, into feed. That was the play there. Obs didn't get dewarded in the end.
It's not going to be
Radiant's bottom tower
an easy
is under
comeback
attack.
for Chimera.
Dire's
if they're able to
bottom
pull it
tower
off.
is under attack.
Falcons making this series look pretty simple so far. Had an easy game one.
Ooh, this was interesting because Dead in the Water didn't really connect. Like, it needs to actually attach to him, so he did manage to use 2 leaps. We learn something every day.
Radiant's top tower is under
They've
attack.
got the amplified damage on Samael. I mean, they've just got to stay hidden. Chimera. The Hawk. They get the Boundless in. Samael closes the gap. They get the Deadshot connection as well. Surge. It's about 20. He has to drop the wall to try and slow Samael from chasing him down.
Radiant's
And will allow
middle tower
Dahak to
is
get
under
out.
attack.
I'm going to say that. Samael's trying to chase. They're thinking about diving this. They are. They're going to go past the tier 3. They'll still get him. You can't even run from Falcons anymore.
Nobody's reacting to this. I guess nobody even expected. Lorinov is cutting off the creep wave in the top lane. TA2000 trying to do the same thing in the bottom lane.
You should apologize.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just trying to get as much as they can from the corners of the map before the high ground is forced from Falcons. Any sort of fight right now would just not be a good one for Chimera.
Might catch snaking here. Could be a big kill.
Oh,
Never mind.
backup's coming in the form of the Solar Guardian from Amar. Straight down onto TA2000. He'll try and bring down Snaking with him. He won't even get it. Snaking survives. As TA2000 and 1J dying again. The tip's being thrown out now. Amar knows and Falcon knows how solid of a spot they're in here in this game too.
Yeah, the turnaround potential, as we mentioned. Glimmer Cape from Skeeter, and also uses Crystal Nova on himself, so gets that barrier. There is Blood Grenade on the ground. It is a very rough one, Owen. I'm just trying to think what they need, which items they're gonna be able to get. Lorinov is slowly recovering. Like, he's
He is.
catching up to the Hawk, who's also under farm, which is not a not a good sign. But getting closer to that Shiva's Guard. Recipe away. Expensive recipe, though.
Damage from Samael is going to be pretty crazy. He's got the Revenant's Brooch finished.
Brigand's Blade.
Tormentor will be there. Snake King's got to be careful. On the verge of dying. He'll get out just in time. There it is, cleaned up. Tormentor, Dire. Lots of money as well. They already all had the shards, so a juicy cash bonus. 14k lead now for Falcons. Heading back to their side of the map now. Maybe see if they can catch Chimera.
I'm looking at Monkey's attack range because he does have Vast, which gives him extra 60. He also has higher attack range. So basically half melee, half range. Red snipes him. That's going to be Aghanim Scepter completed on him. Road of Atos now going into Gleipnir, which is going to be even bigger AoE for his dead shots. Just a very difficult game.
Skeeter. He's got eyes on Dahak. Yeah, they'll follow this up with a Solar Guardian connection from Amar. Ready to join forces with Skeeter to try and threaten Dahak. See if he's able to run. The hammer's there. Boundless Strike will catch him on the retreat. Samael claims another kill. 7-1 and 13. Chimera just continue to just get completely smashed across the map here by Falcons. Wherever they go.
I just don't see that play. Like, in terms of heroes that they do have, your heroes are very good at picking people off with Clockwork, Nature's Prophet, Deep is in. Your heroes are elusive. Double Ion Shell. Problem is, Amar comes in with Solar Guardian, drops that pipe, and suddenly you don't have enough damage. Crystal Nova, Glimmer Cape, all these barriers are adding up.
It's not an easy one. I mean, is this one harder than game one, or do you think there's a little bit more hope than game one?
I think at least in game one they had Magnus, they have the skewer back potential. It's just that they were not executing. This game is going to be definitely much more difficult. Nice. Instantly.
He's gone. Anybody that shows out in the lanes, especially if it's this deep, they will die immediately.
Such a valuable shard. Skeeter basically playing assassin type of a Tide Hunter, where he's hunting people down, whoever's showing in the lane. And his next item is Echo Saber. Basically, at this point of the game, anything would feel good, whether he builds into Deso, AC, whatever it's necessary. It just feels those items are getting way too quickly on their side. Because I'm looking at Chimera. Clockwork did finish off Blade Mills, so they have 2 Blade Mills. In terms of damage that is uncontrollable, it really isn't that much. It's not like you're playing against some Leshrac, some like big AoE damage. Skeeter. He's trying to hunt people down.
Clearing the way for them to get this bottom wave pushed onto the tier 2 tower, Falcons.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Eyes on the mid. I get the Atos follow-up here, but the silence. Samael jumps in, bringing in the damage. Lauren off
Another
gone.
silence.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're still not at a point where they can fight
I
back.
trust everyone was close.
Skeeter. He's going to end up walking into 1J. Got Crit with him. Samael cleans up Panto. 1J's going to get the chance to run, so he'll be fine. It's been a while now since Chimera has been able to find anything against Falcons. They'll hold on to the tier 2 at least for a moment longer here on the bottom lane. Pushing back Amar. But Amar, his next time about to fly out, pretty much has the Satanic done on the Dawn.
Yeah, he's not dying. I don't see how they're going to be able to kill him, because he has Shard, so Starbreaker with debuff immunity, has Pipe, also has Gale Guard. How many Gale Guards do we have in this game? Only 4, okay. Usually it's 6 or more.
Maybe just got unlucky on the RNG this time.
Maybe. I think it's time to go and try to close it. Roshan is going to respawn in 2.5 minutes. If they want to take it slowly, they can definitely wait for Roche, but they're getting pretty big. That explosive damage that is needed to kill the heroes, they don't have it yet. TA2000 is trying to farm up his Silver Edge to maybe break Tide, break Monkey King.
Now Mars just hitting the high ground. Not a lot the Chimera can really do to stop him. Hit the Sprout leash, but he's able to break his way out of the trees. It's not possible to really make any sort of catch happen.
Are scanning.
Right now, if you're Chimera, they still just need to hope that the game goes on and they can find space to farm up. Problem is, your Falcons, they're just finding that much more across the map. 19k lead, it just keeps growing.
Dire are scanning.
Classic Falcon style. When they are ahead, they're gonna choke you out for good 10-15 minutes if necessary. You're gonna feel miserable. If you play some of the longer games against Team Falcons, you actually feel drained because there's not much you can do. You know the state of the game that you're in right now. 3 heroes hugging to farm 1 creep wave, or watch TA2000 farm 1 creep wave, then everybody's going back.
Bottom lane, Panto. Scouting things out here with the Moonlight Shadow. Will show himself now. They're going to start running straight towards him. He has got backups. At Chimera, they're going to try and look to take this opportunity to fight. Panto trying his best with the Dukes, buying time for the rest of the team to turn up, but now he's gone. And now Chimera, the rest of them, I don't think they want to try and take a fight 4v5. They've got to get out of here. 1J, he'll get found by Stamail. Stamail will clean up the kill. The rest of Chimera, the 3 of them, should be fine.
He has Harpoon. Can pull him in.
Back into dead in the water. Never mind. Dark's dead as well. Just continues here for Falcons. Chimera just can't seem to find or make any sort of move right now.
Money Tormentor gonna spawn in like 2 minutes. That's gonna be a big amount of gold for Team Falcons to take it one more time. Roshan is available in bottom.
Yeah, they'll take it. End of the bit they go.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And it's up top, Stamail. On the hunt for TA2000. Don't have any detection. Okay, they've got the jam on Stamail, so just needs to have Stamail close the gap. Trying to predict which way it will go. Now he's not going to waste any more time chasing. Wants to head over, help the team potentially finish up the Roshan. That Aegis. Or maybe they look for a fight first. They've smoked up Falcons. Prepared to see if anyone was hovering around the pit.
You don't have enough. Like, you really can't contest this Roche. And that's going to be another kill. 500 gold for Stamail. Beyond godlike.
Dude, I think, dude, someone's doing this. Is someone on Falcons just, like, leaving blood grenades around the map?
Because there was one
like,
near the Lotus Pool on the right. Where did you find the other one?
Yeah, it's like a bit of a mini game. This one here by the Ogre Bruiser camp in the Radiant Jungle, just south of Roche. Somebody's putting these everywhere. I'm watching Amar. Is Amar going around putting blood grenades everywhere?
I haven't noticed one in his inventory. He is known for dropping certain items.
Someone's dropping blood grenades. Because, you know, once... Okay, fair enough. Someone's cleaning out their inventory, didn't want to... Whatever. But, yeah, they're getting put here and there. We'll keep our eyes out. Now, with the Aegis on Stamail. Level 24. A lot of money to go as well. Can look towards his next item if he wants to swap out the tread, so I have something ready to switch him for when the Aegis expires.
He can be anywhere on the map with Monkey King. Simian Stride, the changes to it. It has 0 cooldown once you hit level 5. And also... Wait, what am I missing? Because you have Simian Stride, level 5, and then you also have level 20 talent, which is 0 cooldown on Primal Spring.
We're talking about Stamail. Stamail does get found here. Blade Mail's out. Stamail, he's nearly kind of losing the fight to 1J. He'll survive, so Aegis is going to stay intact.
Nemesis Curse, receiving that extra damage. Almost made the difference.
They get the catch in the mid. Panther also to be caught. Jump forward for Skeeters, able to get the dead in the water out and towards Dahak. Falcon step up. He's going to try and surge away, but the Harpoon drags him back in. Just getting completely leashed by this dead in the water. Dahak's gone. And the push will come in.
I think this game might end where we don't even see a full team wipe.
We might not.
Team fight from Chimera. They are randomly dying on the map right now. Not a very competitive game, not a competitive series. Team Falcons seems like they got their shit together after having a couple of bad days.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Chimera,
Radiant's middle barracks
20 seconds and they can go for
has fallen.
a 5-man defense.
Tidehunter is broken.
And they do have
Let's
the
see.
hook shot. Can they finish him off? They can. A big kill, considering all things that have been happening or not happening for the last 20 minutes of this game. Can they get anything more, though? Silence on towards Lorinoff. He's got to be careful. Gets caught by the Starbreaker. He's not able to jump out the roots there. Lorinoff's gone. But they did kill someone. They killed the Tide. They killed Skeeter.
Well, break mechanic coming in clutch. The
Dark.
Hawk. Oh, he got nullified as
Yeah,
well.
they turn straight towards
No
him. Can he get out of this?
Crimson Guard.
He can't. Or maybe he can. If the heals are popped, he can. And Snowballing, he's caught in the cogs. That's the Aegis gone. Lorinoff did buy back for this. So they can go for round 2 on Snowballing. Snowballing's got the BKB. He'll jump out with a boundless strike. Maybe seeing if they can chase on. They'll have slight change in a few seconds. Lorinoff is not going to be able to close the gap. But hey, they pushed them back. Does cost them the buyback on the Ember Spirit, but the game ain't over. They keep it alive just a little bit.
26k gold lead. They lost the Aegis, they lost Tidehunter, so showing that they can still kill the heroes. The A2000, Silver Edge, Pike, he's getting some good damage out now. Sprout leashes, that's also going to be very handy. And what did he pick up as his neutral item? Serrated Shiv. True Strike, not too bad. Extra bit of a damage. It's very good to, like, when you start bursting the hero, this new item with the Silver Edge, so you can see Tidehunter is dying. Let's see what he's, or how Skater's gonna approach this one. Though it seems like BKB is gonna be the item of a choice for him.
Be able to get the next Tormentor here, Falcons. No team fight gonna happen around it this time. They need to just get their next set of items done. Chimera, Panto, he's closing in on the Aghanims. Lorinoff still a little bit away from the BKB. TH2000 still trying to scale up on the damage front. Looking for the Daedalus. Falcons, they're ready to start hunting.
Lorinoff still has no BKB.
Dire's
Oof.
middle tower
Needs to
is
be
under
careful.
attack.
Those 2 buybacks. He has the same amount of farm as Crystal Maiden at the moment. Snaking. Dust available.
Oh, Panto. He's trying to out-juke the entire team. He won't manage to do so.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a good check. Okay, he's asking, I think, about the Pyrrhic Cloak, because
Yeah.
there was a bug with it where, indeed, if you used it on someone, they used it on you, it would crash the server. That bug has been fixed. But fair play to Dahak, checking, just to make sure before he picks it up, which he indeed will. Yeah, that's why he was asking there, because there was a server crashing bug. But it's here no longer. It was fixed, I believe, a day or so ago.
So he's gonna have Blade Mail, and this is basically another Blade Mail that you have that you can cast on yourself or your allies.
No, you cast it on the enemy, right? Because you're choosing who you want to redirect your damage to.
You're right. Yeah.
So it's like additional, just like, well, Lorinoff, he's dead for 100 off the back of that because he, of course, did buy back. All right, they've got to try and hold 4 versus 5 now. Probably going to be rather tough, considering the state of this game. It's the push. It's coming in.
Amplify damage. Still up and running on Dawnbreaker.
They just got to let this barracks go. On the plus side for Chimera, there's still a tier 2 on the top lane, so Mega Creeps can't be on the menu quite yet for Falcons. Aghanims on 1J will help keep the creep waves pushed out. Be able to spam that rocket flare that little bit more. Just keep that game alive, keep it going.
What do you want to see? Another like 70k network lead for one team and then they close it out?
Honestly, it could end up being that kind of game. I could see Chimera stall in this one. But maybe, because of the Chimera magic, this is going to be one of those games where the enemy gets 70k ahead and then a turnaround happens. We've seen crazy stuff from Chimera. Winning this game would be the craziest thing we will have seen. So can they do it, Chimera?
Problem is, they don't have like any big combos. They don't have instant stun hexes other than Clockwork going in with his hook shot. It's just like they don't want to give them another fight. Roshan is dead. It may respawn in 50 seconds. Let's see if Falcons decide to go for the high ground. Amar's playing on a different side of the map. Having Solar Guardian available. He did hit level 25.
Dire are scanning.
Falcons, they don't want to push it yet. Not feeling under any sort of pressure or rush to close this up. And with the sort of lead they have, understandably so, they can then play it as safe as they want.
Are scanning.
They're ready to dream of big items. Snake King's already got his Hex queued up. Fair bit of gold to go until he will get there. Moonshot for Muerta. So Falcons definitely starting to have a little bit of fun with this one. Knowing that the chance of letting this one slip away is pretty slim right now.
Yeah, and another long Roshan respawn. 3 minutes. We haven't seen Chimera contest Roshans at all.
Chimera just sort of waiting in the base. They do not feel confident enough to really get outside of their side of the map.
Dire are scanning.
Tier 2000, he is getting closer to level 25, about to crack level 24. Maybe some split push magic, some rat can happen once he gets that, but there's always a chance that somebody's gonna pick up Dagon. Crit. Has 4,000 gold saved up. He's thinking about whether he needs Hex, whether he needs Moonshard. Moonshard is the meme one. Or better items to buy, of course. 5,000 gold on Amar.
Now, what's he going to go for? He's what, queued up the Harpoon. It's a pretty safe item. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Amar switch that up for something a bit more exciting. Ooh.
I fear nothing.
They know Samel's up on the trees. And Samel's just going to lay down the Wukong's command. They can step out of that.
All right. Nothing too crazy. The rest of the team was not ready to back him up. Skeeter was not in place to jump in immediately. They're going to smoke up. Try to make something happen. Roshan on Radiant side for another 45 seconds. They're just going to go inside their base and try to force them to come back.
They're going to have to get back for the defense here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What's the TP state? Do they all have TPs?
Fortified.
They do. Everyone's going to be able to get back in time to try and make some sort of hold happen. Dahak trying to lead in. Straight away, though, getting focused, silenced. They're able to remove it for now. They get the slight change off on towards Amar. Amar pretty low in the midst of it all. 1J comes in with a hook shot. The Ravage is there, but only catches onto 1J. The BKB was already out from TH2000. Beating into Skeeter here with the Daedalus. Is it enough to take Skeeter down? No, he's away. Up to the high ground. They'll try and chase on, but he's able to blink out. Skeeter survives. TH2000 caught now outside of the base as he tried to chase on forward. He's gone for 90. Panto also struggling to get back to the safety of the base, will not succeed. He's gone. They'll tap out. GG is called. Falcons, they've done it. They've managed to beat what has seemingly been the unbeatable in this group stage 2, and that is that of Chimera.
In a very convincing fashion.
They
just completely